Hello YouTube, Time Itself here with another commentary for you. Well, I am excited to be bringing you a game of Domination on Favela. This map gives me some problems sometimes. There are just so many little nooks and crannies and places to hide and second stories that knowing where everybody is and really controlling an area can be pretty hard. So I'm going to go ahead and take B here and kind of hide below the window. And this is one situation where getting to the point is normally more risky than actually taking it. Kind of odd. So now I'm going to switch to this AK-47 with FMJ. And I've already got the extended mags for the AK-47, but one of my teammates is working on it. And I thought, that sounds like fun, and this way we can share ammo, since you have to be running exactly the same attachments on the same gun in order to share ammo. Camo doesn't matter, but you need the same attachments. So this would be a fun thing to do, especially on a team, is have several of you run the same gun so that you all can share ammo. To make scavenger a little less important, kind of fun. Now these leaves, these are bulletproof, and I'm going to try to use that to my advantage. So there I just stand up. I'm assuming he'll try to shoot me in the chest, and instead will end up hitting the leaves, or an arm or a leg, or something that's not going to get me killed as fast as headshots or neck shots, upper body shots. Now here I stop thinking and do something silly. I'm trying to pick these two guys off from across the map, but I'm strafing sideways as I do it. And this is a habit I got from Halo, where if you get in a gunfight, you strafe. And here I finally do the smart thing and use the leaves for cover again, and go ahead and take an easy kill. I know I already said this in the commentary I did on a team deathmatch in Ground War on Fuel, but it's really important not to just stare down your iron sights. You want the crosshairs to be roughly where you're going to scope in, but you don't want to actually scope in until you're ready to start shooting, and then pop back in and out until you actually do get the kill. Now here I'm stuck in a corner. I don't know what's going on, and they for some reason don't know I'm here. Must have a counter UAV up. Anyway, when I finally get out of this, it's very obvious why I couldn't move anywhere. I finally managed to get airborne for the first time between COD 4 and COD 5, and World at War, and now Modern Warfare 2. It was somehow just floating in the air there. It was extremely odd, and no, I didn't actually get the challenge, but I'll take it like that. Finally. Oh, Favela, Favela. A little bit about Favela. I am not too picky about which points I have. Obviously, you normally want to hold A and B, or B and C. A and C is pretty hard, but really, the one thing you don't want on this map is that damn street spawn, since you have to run so far to get to any of the points. And it's a little bit easier to get them spawning in the street, I think, if they're at C, but and it's more important to control this side of the map here, with the playground and the kind of alley, than it is to control the street, because the street is just a one-way path from one side of the map to the other, and you can't really get into the map around B. And so that street spawn is just something to be avoided. But that is how we would try to get a shutout on this map. Come close a few times. Okay, you probably didn't hear it, but a smoke grenade just went off over by A, and get the announcer saying we're losing it. And my C4 is still on it, so I'll take that. Teammate drops his Harrier strike, another one drops a Predator. I think they should be thoroughly convinced at this point that they are not going to take A. And since I got that guy in B, I'll go ahead and make sure to call out to my team that B is fine and they don't need to hurry back to take care of anybody on it. But with everybody on my team back at A, I can take a step out here on this somewhat more dangerous spot and try to pick up quite a few kills in quick order. I mean, this is the kind of range the assault rifles excel at, right? And oh my, I just got noob tubed. I can probably stay there for about 2 more seconds before he puts another one right on it. Fortunately, he wasn't being too sneaky, and I killed him. And then he respawned, and I killed him again. So he's probably gonna try to noob tube this spot again, and I shouldn't sit around. But I guess I get overconfident, because right there, I killed him twice, and he noob tubed me. So fair is fair, I guess. I need to be kind of careful about when I go ahead and come back to call in my care package. I could call it in at B, that's not bad, especially up on the roofs. They're not likely to get to it before I can. But with all this air support up, pretty safe to go ahead and fall on back and just pick this up in a safe place. Now, Favela isn't a really good map for sentry guns. I normally like to put them up on the second level of the map, but it's really easy to get up to the second level. So this is one of the harder spots to get up to, and pretty obvious if someone's going up there to try and knife my sentry. So the announcer just called out that we were losing B. He smoked the point, but I think I know where he is, which is inside there on that trash can. And sure enough, there's a headshot. He'll be pretty pissed when he watches that, I think. At any rate, I get back to attempting to assemble my little fortress of doom. I fell through the roof, I think. Maybe there just isn't a piece of metal there. Anyway, third time's a charm, and I finally get this where I want it. In Call of Duty 4 or World at War, when you got either dogs or a helicopter, it was like a whole extra teammate. And like, yes, begin the oppression. They will die now. Well, this is going to be a little silly. I think it actually gets out of hand as we probably put as much air support on the map as it will let us. Still, it's fun to watch, and I hope you enjoy and laugh at these guys as they just get obliterated here. It's moments like this one that make me think, damn, I'm glad I'm not on the other team. Look at it. 4 sentry guns, a Favela, 2 Harriers, and now an AC-130, and they're all stuck back in the spawn trap there at C. It's just horrible. So, a friendly word of advice if you find yourself in that situation. Not my situation, theirs. You should be using cold-blooded. Better not to give them all the kill streak rewards, but if you're gonna do it, come on, you gotta live with it. Back in Halo 2 and 3, I used to play split screen with these guys a lot, and I got to the point where I think I could tell who was playing just based on how they handled the stick and the weapons, and not based on exactly their role in the game or their weapons they were choosing, but just how they handled themselves in the game. And I haven't been able to watch as much, so I can't really say for sure, but I'd like to think that I would still be able to recognize who was who, just based on watching the screen and not the name or the weapons or anything like that. Kind of curious about that, especially what anybody else happens to think. If you watched one of your friends play, would you be able to recognize who it was? Not based on the weapons or how they're doing the spots they like, just on how they decide to reload, when they decide to go for cover, and which way they decide to go when they come to a fork in the road. Some things give it away, like Shore has a crazy trigger finger in COD 4. You can hear it across the map. Backspace has this character shield and has the serpentine down to an art form. And it's just bizarre how he can worm his way through any situation. Get on B here and try and sit down in this ramp and avoid some explosions if they happen to come my way. Kind of useful spot to take the point from. I'm trying to stick my head out of the windows, kind of look around the corner or something, see if I can find anybody, but no luck. Now check out this counter claymore kill. I bet this guy could have made it into the second floor if he'd been headed in the right direction from the explosion. That's just ridiculous. Ragdoll physics are a wonderful thing. So here again, C4 this time instead of a claymore, and this guy goes flying again, head first into the dumpster. Ouch. I'm not sure why I've picked up this silenced FAL. Not really a fan of the iron sights, and do I have stopping power right now? If I don't, it's kind of a silly decision to make. I just missed my G3 from COD 4, that's all. Well, I see the guy up on the roof, and, let's just say I meant to do that. Yeah, I really did. At any rate, that will be game. Hopefully at some point before I put this game away, we managed to get a shutout on this map, trapping them in the street. Had some really close games, but not quite there yet. But if it does happen, you can be sure that I will post that game. Anyway, thanks for watching.
That was just
Predator missile ready for deployment.
Counter UAV is up.